My nieces are fanders. Nico was humming to himself as he walked up the driveway to his older sister's house. I can't wait to tell Marcia all about Thomas, Felix gushed. It had been a week since they met him. They had yet to look him up, deciding it was cheating a little to study his content and accidentally see more than Thomas wanted to share before they even went on their first date. Ramon, his morally flexible, deceptive facet, still thought they should at least just check his accounts to make sure he hadn't oversold himself. I'm sort of known on YouTube might just have been to impress him. Leon, his fury, had been halfway in outburst over being misled when the others came to Thomas's defense. He seemed rather humble about all his accomplishments. He deserved the benefit of the doubt. She'll be so excited for us. Fabio, his heart, gushed. Hope Mom and Dad won't be too upset that they aren't the first we told. Alejo worried as he bit his lip. We will tell them about Thomas if we come to a stage where we are officially dating him. Diego, his logic, reminded him. It was how they did things. His parents were a bit too supportive sometimes. If he mentioned Thomas, Mom would start insisting he come over for dinner no matter how Nico insisted they weren't that serious yet. His father would ask questions he didn't have answers to yet, and he would feel entirely too pressured. Best to tell them after he and Thomas got a bit farther, and he really hoped he would get to tell them about him soon. He rang the bell and soon the door opened to reveal a beaming Marcia. You smelled my cooking, didn't ya? She asked. Nico chuckled. You caught me, he confessed as he threw his hands up in surrender while letting her embrace him. It's good to see you again, hermanito, she sighed before letting him go and leading him inside. Dinner will be ready in 10 minutes. Enrico will be home soon, and he'll entertain the kids while you tell me what's got you sparkling like the 4th of July. Marcia looked back at him and quirked a brow curiously. Nico blushed a little. He was that obvious, huh? His sister's eyes sparkled. Well, he's just confirmed her suspicion. Okay, sounds good, he muttered casually. Luckily, Marcia let it go for now. Can I get you something to drink? She asked. Just a glass of water is fine, Nico assured her while he leaned against the kitchen counter to watch her work. Dear Nico! Nico looked up and saw Marcia's oldest, his 15-year-old niece Carla, run up towards him to give him a hug. He embraced his niece with a smile and ruffled her hair. How are you kids doing? He asked as the teen girl let go. Fine. Felicia has homework, but she will down in a minute. Nico nodded, taking note of his youngest cousin's pronouns for today. It had been an adjustment for everyone when Fabian first came out wearing a skirt and asking to beguile Felicia for the day, but they hardly slipped up anymore. We have something awesome to show you, Carla continued, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Oh? He asked carelessly. What is it? Don't start without me! Felicia exclaimed as she rushed through the door and hugged Nico as well. Now I'm getting nervous, Nico chuckled as he let his nieces push him into a chair and sit down next to him. Carla was looking something up on her phone while Felicia seemed to be using hers to film him. Dear Nico, have you ever been serenaded by a stranger? Felicia asked. The general confusion in Nico's head left him with no other response than cocking his head. No, he replied. His nieces giggled, and then Carla pushed her phone in front of him and they shoved earbuds into his ears. She pressed play, and before he knew it, he was faced with Thomas! Felix screeched in his head. It was unfair of him to look so handsome. And then he started singing. Nico, radiant and pure, always so accepting and secure, never knew anyone so kind, so funny and sharp of mind. All this to say, have a nice day, and then he winked. Nico's nieces were giggling at his flustered face. Alejo inspected the screen and found a description in the corner. This week's Charlotte Sunday goes to all the nice Nicos of the world, he read out as he slowly relaxed. Nothing that insinuated Thomas was thinking of a particular Nico. His nieces had probably just thought it was fun to show him the video. Perhaps they thought he'd be enchanted by the handsome stranger with the voice of an angel seemingly singing for him. They weren't entirely wrong. That's Thomas Sanders, he's our favorite YouTuber, Felicia explained. Nico nodded, a little dumbfounded. He's a singer? He guessed, though he knew he was more than that. But he was not ready to tell his nieces he'd met this man and was going on a date with him next week. And an actor, and the nicest person alive, Carla explained. He lives in Florida and he's gay, Felicia added, not too subtle. Stop teasing your uncle, girls. Set the table. We'll be eating soon. Nico was relieved. The rest of the evening he struggled to pay attention to the conversation at the dinner table. His mind was absolute chaos. He serenaded us. Actually serenaded us, Felix gushed, dancing around, unable to contain his elation. And it does sound like he is somewhat successful in entertaining his audience. He was telling the truth, it seems. Ramon allowed. Leon nodded, calming down significantly. Leon had been part of the deeper recesses of Nico's mind for a long time, until one day he was called by a panicked Carla who was hiding from bigots with her sister. Nico had hurried over and gotten them out, but he'd been so close to hitting one of those kids. It had been Alejo who, in his worry for the girl's well-being, had managed to hold Leon back enough to allow Fabio to reason with him. His writings had taken a much angrier tone for a few days after. Ever since, Nico was aware that he could get violent when angry, and he'd been working on managing Leon without pushing him away. Like Alejo, he was mostly overprotective of the others and Nico's loved ones. He just jumped more on Alejo's fight aspect than the flight part. He was so nice, Fabio gushed. Does he really think all that about us? Alejo wondered, flustered. It seems quite likely that he does, Diego concluded. Just as we have made some observations about him that may or may not be accurate, he added, soothing Alejo's worry a bit, shifting him more to the excited side of his spectrum. Well, spill, Marcia insisted when they found themselves alone on the patio after dinner. Nico sipped from his glass and didn't look at his sister while he just spilled the truth. I met a really cute guy at the mall this week and we're going out for lunch in a few days. Marcia barely contained her squealing. Finally, tell me everything, she demanded. And just like that, his excitement at being able to gush about the whole meeting returned. Marcia was a good listener. She knew the story ended well, but she acted like she actually thought he might miss his shot with his determination to get some work done and not to bother the mysterious stranger. When he got to Thomas's confession, she was vibrating with excitement. He sounds so adorable, Nico flushed. Yeah, he's an actor and a singer. Ooh, someone to sing your songs, she exclaimed. And his name is Thomas Sanders. Until that moment, Nico had been uncertain if his nieces had ever mentioned their favorite YouTuber to their mom. But now it looked like they had. Now, that explains the look on your face when you saw that video. Wait, that was for you? If Mama ever sees this, then she'll insist you marry him, you know that, right? She laughed. So not only did she know of Thomas, she had seen the video in question. Yeah, she probably will. Have you seen anything else of him? I'm not sure if it's right for me to watch his stuff. It feels like cheating. I try to be aware of what my kids are watching online. He has 2 channels and about 3.4 million fanders, last I checked. Oh my god! Felix gushed, overwhelmed by both the cute fandom name and the dazzling number of fans. Definitely not a liar, Ramon breathed in relief. He had been reluctant to get his hopes up until now. He was cautious, wary of things that were too good to be true. Just like Alejo, but their anxious lookout was, in his eyes at least, compromised on the subject due to his close tie to the butterflies clouding all their feelings and thoughts. Now, however, it seemed that his biggest doubts were addressed. He's a good guy, going by his content. And he is really cute. Nico chuckled. Yeah, he is, he agreed. When he got home, he was actually going to freak out a bit more and debate over whether or not to watch some of the videos, if for no other reason than to just see him do something he loved. Was that stalkerish? Luckily his phone alerted him to a text. Thomas. It was a cute dog picture. Nico smiled. He did that sometimes. Sent him things just to make him smile. Nico. You are such a dog. Thomas Sanders. I refuse to apologize for that. Thomas Sanders. I can't wait until our lunch date. Nico hesitated for a moment, but then he went all in. Nico, missing my radiant presence that much? God, that was cheesy. Was it too cheesy? He's not like this. Thomas Sanders. OMG, you saw! Nico. My nieces thought it would be funny to see how I'd react when a stranger serenaded me. Thomas Sanders. Fanders? Oh my goodness, that is amazing! Thomas Sanders. You weren't bothered? I get that it might be a bit weird. He's so precious, Fabio squealed. I know, right? This is not healthy for us. It can't be, Felix exclaimed. Nico. It was awesome, don't worry. I was very flattered. Your singing voice is amazing. Thomas Sanders. Thanks. Should he ask? If Thomas says it's okay, then it's fine, right? Okay if I watch some more of your singing? There, he asked, no backing out. Thomas Sanders. Of course, fair warning. If you find vines, some are cringy and sometimes I play a straight man. Vines, huh? Wow, that felt like ages ago. Thomas had mentioned his misleading compliments when they talked. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Good night, Thomas Sanders. Good night. Are we really doing this? Alege wondered as Nico typed in Thomas Sanders Vines in the search bar of YouTube. One look at the results had Nico in stitches. He's such a goofball, Fabio squealed, clapping his hands as he saw Thomas' smiling face on every thumbnail in various goofy situations. How was he supposed to choose? Ooh, that one is him reacting! Felix exclaimed, pointing at a 3-year-old video. Nico nodded in agreement and clicked on the video. First this, and then he'd see if he could find some more videos of Thomas singing. He didn't know it, but he was in for a wild ride.